So it is now the JCB Triumph Hurdle Preview. This is one that I get excited about again. But, I talk about the bumpers, how I like the more recent form. I like this with the juveniles as well. I like the fact that the spring juvenile in Ireland used to be basically just a prerequisite for going to the Triumph, but not necessarily the horse that won it there. We had the Far Class Mr. Adjudicator that ran against each other in that race, ran against each other at Christmas, and then the form got reversed when it came to Cheltenham. Espoir de Lamb was actually in that race in the spring juvenile, and we know how good a horse he was after. I kind of felt like I saw that the other day with Hardor, and then the, terrible for me not to know it, but the Gordon Elliott horse that went and beat it. I looked at those two and just thought they look like they're going to go spring juvenile, clash out again, and then we may even see different horses when it comes to Cheltenham. But both of those horses, I think, have got enough potential in. Oh, sorry, not Hardor. Valbaum was the one. Sorry, Rich Reekie Silks, isn't it? But I felt there's enough in from those two to look like they could be top Triumph Hurdle horses. Phil Dawes obviously been on people's radar for a very, very long time, and I guess for quite good reason. The fact that he's been very impressive since. I still prefer the more recent form going into a Triumph. Maybe the world is changing now, and these juveniles can show something at the beginning of the season, and then nothing can improve near them or to go past them. But I'll be interested to see what happens at the Dublin Racing Festival when it comes into this. I definitely wouldn't give up on Volban. The people that are backed in, I'm surprised to see that you can still get 25s about him, but that's probably as much as I can say about the Triumph. Jamie, you must like Phil Dawes.
Oh, I don't.
Yes.
He's a soccer warrior, Dave. To be honest with you. But look, the winner of the Triumph Hurdle is Dan Skelton. Phil Dawes was beaten by In This World by 6 lengths on the flat. And it's just my opinion. And look, it's a bad race. But for me, it's In This World against the field.
Yeah, and you did say that when we talked about the finale as well, didn't we? But obviously, he didn't end up going there. But you've liked this horse for quite a while. And I like the fact they're maybe keeping him a bit more fresh towards it. He's an entire as well, isn't he, I believe? Which would be just worth mentioning. See the old big dog swinging in the prelims. Daryl, what's your take on the Triumph?
It's a bad race. It's a bad race. I don't like Phil Dawes top of the market. I don't think he's achieved much to make him 11-4 favourite. I'm very surprised in this world is as big as 8-1. He's 11-4. I think that's completely wrong. In terms of the British challengers, they are well below what is usually required. So to put it into context, I've written a Betfair column. I've been slagging off this juvenile form for a few weeks in the Betfair column. Basically, Note Salute, Portillo gave Note Salute's form a boost by winning the Chepstow Grade 1 Juvenile Hurdle. Portillo was given the lowest RPR recorded in the last 10 years in that race. The race before that, where Note Salute beat him, Note Salute was given the lowest Racing Post rating recorded in the last 10 years, and by quite some way. And if you look at the Triumph Hurdle winners, right, just take Burning Victory Burning Victory recorded the lowest RPR. Now, she won when obviously Goshen fell, right? So when she won the Triumph Hurdle, she recorded the lowest RPR in the last 10 years is 140. And 2014, when the Tiger Roll recorded 144. So those are the two lowest RPRs that you need to run to even go close in a Triumph Hurdle. What Noit Salute and Portillo have both achieved is 124 and 128. Like it's miles away from, and even going back through the British juvenile winners of the races that they won, they're nowhere near. They're at least £10 off what they should be achieving. So I couldn't have them. ICO is interesting for Paul Nicholls. He's actually, on RPR ratings, he's actually surpassed both of those, Portillo and Noit Salute. He's around 14-1 chance when he won at Kempton by 17 lengths. I think he recorded RPR at 130. But the issue with that is Paul Nicholls won the same race with two other horses in the last 10 years. They both went to Trials Day, Cheltenham, and they both were beaten. And because they were both beaten, they both skipped Cheltenham. So if he goes to Trials Day on 26th of January and he gets beaten, I mean, you can't back him anti-post is what I'm saying, because if he gets beaten, then he's probably not going to go at all. I thought this was a really, really poor race at the moment. I mean, how the hell Pied Piper's in here at 14-1? Look, it just goes to show the depth is not there at all. I'm waiting for one of these flat horses to come out. I don't know if anyone knows anything about this Benood. Joseph O'Brien, is he going to make a reappearance? An appearance. Well, I thought Champagne Piaf would have been one of the Gary Moore horses to come for this race off the flat, but he's obviously going with Portistillo. I know they think quite a bit of him, but he needs to achieve far more than what he has achieved. There's nothing for me at the minute to get involved in this. I'm waiting for something to come out maybe in February or Udonis at Kempton. I don't know. There's nothing really to get involved in now. I'd be confident that would go close. Very strange at the moment because this time last year, I think Zanier was like a really strong favourite when he this time last year. Normally, we have got something that's sort of setting that bar quite highly this time of year, and then waiting for like the best of the British to come out. So, yeah, it's a very open year. I can't get involved with anything at the moment, and I think Phil Dore at the top of the market is a terrible price.
Yeah, I think we're definitely all in agreement. We want to take on Phil Dore. The thing with when you mention these racing post ratings and things like that, this is why it's always good because that people will say it. You should keep your own ratings, but it's not as easy to do because it takes a lot of work. Obviously, you put the hours in, which is why you're in a position to give marks and numbers and stuff to horses. But that Vauban and Pied Piper race, right, at Punchestown, like I'm adamant. Like it just genuinely made me feel like the far class Mr. Adjudicator. Like I feel like they're going to clash against each other at the Dublin Racing Festival. They both got given 133 racing post rating off the back of that. The horse that was back in fourth, Max Mayhem, that was, 25 lengths behind Pied Piper, was 26 lengths behind Phil Dore, who is 3-1 in there. Now, comparing horses like that, like a like-for-like thing's obviously a risky business to do because Phil Dore won it readily, whereas Pied Piper and Vauban have both been ridden for it. But I just think, I cannot believe after that performance, I don't even look to the banks, I've not been doing any postponing. I cannot believe that Pied Piper and Vauban aren't like 8-1, 10-1 for this race. I reckon that there's no way that Vauban should be a 25-1 shot off the back of it, and I don't think Pied Piper should be 14s or 16s. So I would again, I'm not doing the anti-post punting, but I'm getting very, very tempted right now to just say that I'd be hammering both or backing both of those two. Well, they'll both be single figures on the day potentially. I reckon it might be close again at Dublin Racing Festival. I think Vauban might be able to turn the tables because maybe if he'd got a better jump at the last, all those bits and pieces, but don't think there is much between them, and I think they both will step forward from that run. If they've already run an 133 racing post rating, could be quite good. So anywho, selection time, I'm going to put both of them up. Like I'm saying it now, Vauban, Pied Piper, I'd happily Dutch the pair. I'm saying them as a selection. Jamie, selection from you?
In This World.
And you love that one as well. And then one from you, Dazzler.
I'm going to put up a horse called One Journey at 66-1. This horse, it was a decent flat horse, similar to Pied Piper. Just ran like he desperately needed the experience and the run last time out. I'm trying to get him up on my screen now, but I can't. But I don't have to mention much for case for 66-1. So anyway, he looks like
you put him a fucking flat horse.
Yeah. Well, look, that's like this race though. Look, for me, this race, nothing should be 66-1 at the moment because there's, you know what I mean? There's nothing strong at the top of the market. There's nothing strong in the middle of the market. Look, I'm a big believer of waiting until the few weeks before the race to bet on this. I don't really want to have a bet. One Journey is interesting at 66-1. Go back and watch the first run over hurdles. I think that also would improve a good bit. But have you heard anything about any of these flat horses supposedly coming out in the next few weeks? It's been very, very quiet, especially around my ears on the juvenile front this year. There's normally a big talking horse in there. There's normally a local, yeah.
Right.
Right, so we'll leave the Triumph there.